Hi, my name is Christian Posta. I'm the Global Field CTO at Solo.io. In this quick video, we're going to take a look at the inference extensions to the Kubernetes Gateway API. And the inference extensions apply when we're talking about running LLM workloads in Kubernetes and how our chat applications might try to send requests to these backend LLMs. And if you're thinking about just using a regular old API gateway, you might find that the routing to those backend LLMs will be suboptimal. And that's because the LLMs are not like typical web API requests. They're not usually the same size. They can vary wildly. They can take a lot of time in the back end, many seconds, tens of seconds, sometimes longer to process. And when that happens, what you might see is things like queues start to form where the LLM is trying to process that, the various prompts. They might be taking a while. You might see things like the KV caches start to fill up on the back end, or you might see things like different models will load different LoRa adapters or fine-tuned adapters, and that all of those things cause the LLM to behave differently when processing a request. So things like round-robin least request routing, that doesn't work very well with the LLM. So the inference extensions to the Kubernetes Gateway API introduces two new APIs. The first is the inference model, which gives you a way to select endpoints that are run, or LLM workload endpoints, and group them. And then there is the inference pool, which is, you can kind of think of it as a Kubernetes service. So it's a routable target where maybe if you have your HTTP route resource, you can route that to the inference pool. And then just like the inference pool is kind of like a Kubernetes service, the inference model is kind of like a Kubernetes deployment that has LLM endpoints in the back end. But an important piece to this puzzle is this component, the endpoint picker. This endpoint picker is aware of things like the workload queues, is aware of things like the KV caches, which LoRa adapters are loaded into which models, things like GPU utilization, things like request criticality, and that interacts with the gateway. And in this case, we'll consider this a specialized type of gateway, an inference gateway. And so with that information, the inference gateway is able to make smarter routing decisions for those prompts and route traffic correctly to backend LLMs. So if you want to learn more about the inference extension to the Kubernetes Gateway API, it is a project hosted within the CNCF under Kubernetes, so please go take a look. Thanks.